Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
You are listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot and what's not. Get into the loop with us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we're your radio gateway to what's trending with beauty, fashion, music, health, and wellness. Listen to us anytime, anyplace. Download the TuneIn app to your smartphone or tablet and make 920 The Voice your favorite.
You'll be glad you did.
Yes, you will be. So, Anthony, today, guess what we have to do?
What?
I'm going to give a shout out to Brazilian Blowout Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
And we want to thank him for certifying our team at Anthony Vincent Salon. We're so proud to have such a revolutionary product for 2014.
Tell us about this revolutionary product, or as you said, this reliability.
Oh, thanks so much. No, I'm not going to tell you a thing about it. What I'm going to tell everybody to do is check them out at BrazilianBlowout.com.
And we also want to give out a shout to Cynthia.
Oh, we love Cynthia.
Yes, we do. Very lovely.
So, yeah. Anyway, so people are always asking about our piercings, and especially this little one on my chest.
That is so very cute.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me lately, and I've been telling them, well, you know what? Tune into Trend Radio, and you're going to hear all about it. So I'm going to tell you all about it.
Okay.
All right. So it's a dermal, a.k.a. microdermal, or a single point piercing that's installed on a flat surface of the body. It's so cute. So dermals are different than surface piercings.
What is a surface piercing?
A surface piercing is a piercing that has an entry and an exit point, whereas a dermal, only one end is visible.
I should know about this because I have 18 piercings.
Oh, I have almost that many too. But listen, only one end of this dermal is visible, and the other end is embedded in the dermal layer of the skin. Hence dermal. That's why it's called dermal.
Embedded. That word is like tough.
Is it tough for you?
Not for me, because I have them also. What embedded is, it's almost like a little feet. Almost,
it's under the skin, like a little anchor.
And like a wall anchor, only it's anchored into the upper portion of your chest.
Mm-hmm. And
where you can see it, and it actually looks very, very sexy.
I like it too. And it gives the appearance of having a small little bead or gem just on the surface of the skin.
But you are a gem.
Aw,
You
so
don't need gems
sweet.
embedded in your chest.
Oh, but I have them. It's like permanent skin jewelry, you know, like a little shimmer.
You're right about that. It is, in my opinion, very, very cool jewelry.
It's stuff you can't take out either.
Well, you can't take it out. It won't come out by itself. But when maybe when I turn 40 or so like that, I may be beyond piercings, and I could take them out. You can't do that with a tattoo.
No, you cannot.
I think tattoos are really, really cool.
I love my tattoos.
How many do you have?
Quite a few.
Yeah, and they look cool.
I think they look cool.
And
they're not huge or anything. They're not taking up too much space, and I can cover them if I need to.
They say something about you.
I think so. I love them. And they all have meaning. Every one of my little tattoos has meaning.
Yeah.
I think it's important that if you're going to have a tattoo, that you should definitely have it have meaning.
It must mean something to you.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything about anybody else's tattoos, but I don't want to walk around with something on me that, 10 years from now, I'm going to be unhappy with. Everything that I have on my body means something. It's like, for somebody or something like that.
See, my piercings don't mean anything. They just are
think-
just cool. They're just cool.
Oh, see, my piercings also mean something, even though I think they're cool too. Yeah, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are cool.
Yeah, there's something wrong with my ear piercing, though. I don't know. I got it stuck on a brush.
Very juicy.
Oh, gosh. Gosh.
That piercing is actually infected. And the reason why it's infected is when it's in your
Tragus. My
tragus.
tragus.
When it's in your tragus like that. It's cartilage, and there's not a lot of blood circulation there. So what happens, it often gets bacteria in there, and you get a little bit of an infection.
And I imagine hitting it with a brush doesn't help.
Hitting it with a brush, there's oils and
all
stuff
kinds of hairspray. I know. I
on the
do a lot
brush.
to my hair. I know.
The best way to control that is, of course, washing your ears out. But
Yes, but what do I do now? It hurts me.
what you really need to do is get some antibacterial soap, put it on a very, very soft toothbrush, and just gently, and I know it hurts.
Oh
In
my
the beginning
God,
it
yes,
does.
I know.
But after a day or two,
I
you
can't even
will
imagine it.
feel it heal. You will feel the heal.
Feel the heel, people.
Yes, antibacterial soap, and then some antibacterial cream that has uh,
A painkiller?
a
A
painkiller.
painkiller?
Yes, yes, and just put that on it
I
and
feel like I
spin it
need a
around,
painkiller from it.
and in a couple of days it'll clear up, and you just
Oh.
have to keep that up
Okay,
on a
Dr.
regular
Anthony.
basis.
Dr. Piercing Doctor. Yes.
So wrapping that up, we're gonna have a word from our tip chick, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about poo.
Poo? Ew.
Poo.
Ew.
Not what you think.
Ugh.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got lips? Want that perfect pout? Find the hue that's right for you. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Shape, stain, and shimmer. Same shade. Say hello to beautiful.
Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
Poo. No poo? Little poo? How much poo? What kind of poo?
Shampoo.
Shampoo, that's what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Yes, which was available actually since the 1930s. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Really? It
Yes.
evolved from bar soap. And there's quite a controversy on how often you should poo your hair.
Do you know there are still people out there, and I talk to my clients about it, that are still using bar soap on
Really?
their hair.
Huh.
My father is one of them.
Okay, well, that I can understand, but I would hope that none of our clients who come into the Anthony Vincent Salon are using bar soap.
Oh, no, they're using the very best shampoo and conditioners that are available
They
in the country today.
absolutely are.
Let's give us a plug there, Anthony
Yeah.
Vincent Salon, for a more beautiful you.
Absolutely.
Now, some experts say don't lather up every day. It's too drying. Some say use just a dollop of shampoo.
No, a dollop of poo.
A dollop of, okay. Well, and there are those that say no poo.
There's actually an anti-shampoo advocate, whole team. They follow the no poo movement.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not convinced about that. And I'm in good company when I say that.
Hmm.
Because in the United States of America, we shampoo our hair on an average of 4 to 5 times per week.
I shampoo myself personally, well, my hair personally more than that.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I actually do it every day, but I know that that's probably not my best bet.
Sometimes
is-
I do it twice a day.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, now that will explain why you might be losing your hair. No, I'm kidding. But listen, in the United States, like I said, on an average of 4 to 5 times per week, in comparison to our European friends who shampoo 1 to 2 times per week.
Well, I don't agree with that, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why. I'm curious.
I just happen to know from doing hair every day that the oils from your scalp, which is called sebum, that will collect onto the hair shaft, and it will, coming out of the sebum gland, it clogs the hair follicle.
Okay, yes, and there
It
could be a buildup.
solidifies. Yeah, it solidifies and actually chokes the hair. So
I
that you will
think it
lose
really-
your hair from not shampooing enough. That is my professional opinion, as humble as it may be.
Okay. Well, we love your professional opinion. And just let's talk about shampooing. Let's get back to this for 1 second. There was actually a radio host in Sydney, Australia.
Well, there's a radio host right here in Princeton, New Jersey. In fact, I know 2 of them.
Yeah, there's 2 of us, but we're talking about the one from Australia who got such a positive response to lathering up less that he actually challenged his listeners to not shampoo their hair for 6 weeks. Did you know? Did you hear about this? Did
I
I
heard-
discuss this with you?
We did talk briefly about it. Tell me more. Tell me more.
I'm going to tell you more. 500 plus people tried it, and 86% of these people said their hair was either better or the same afterwards.
Well, I'm going to give our listeners a challenge. I want our listeners out there who do not shampoo their hair every day. I want them to start shampooing their hair every day using a good shampoo, a good conditioner, call us at the salon. We will recommend something
Well, see,
for you.
this is what I'm saying. I think everybody's best bet is come visit us at the Anthony Vincent Salon, and we'll give you a fabulous poo treatment. And we'll tell you, based on what your hair is and what your chemistry is, we'll tell you how often to poo. What do you think about that, Mr. Anthony Vincent?
I think that's great. Call us now, 609-448-2212.
You'll be glad you did.
So
Oh.
now we're
What?
gonna have a word
What?
from
Tell me what? I want to know what.
our beauty bitch.
Oh, who you calling bitch?
I'm not calling anybody any names. All I'm saying is now a word from our beauty bitch, and she says,
Oh boy, she sure does, doesn't she? Colored mascara is for anyone and everyone.
including me.
If you want to have blue, purple, green, fuchsia eyelashes, something like that, I think you should wear some colored mascara. And get this, ladies, they even have rose, red, and even orange. You need to dress up your lashes for this spring.
You know, I don't know much about mascaraing guys' lashes.
Mascaraing guys' lashes. Do you believe that statement, people? Oh my.
Mascaraing, that is a legitimate word.
Mascaraing?
Yes, I just made it up.
Okay. And you know what? That's fine.
And I'm writing it into the Anthony Vincent hair book.
Oh, okay then. It can be one of our makeup trends.
Well, you know, guys are using more and more skincare
Yes, they are.
products. But, you know, we've got a couple of young guy clients that actually use eyeliner on their eyes.
Yes, they do.
And
But I've never seen any young guys wearing mascara.
No. Well, maybe they don't look like guys when they do.
Oh, there you go.
But
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying that, you know, some of the guys that they're kind of rock and rolly, and they, you know, they wear this eyeliner. I actually think it looks pretty cool.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you like it. I have another little tip for mascara. Another thing, ladies, when you're actually pumping that wand, don't do it. Just pull it out, clean off the tip just a little bit. Don't go back and forth so much because air and bacteria get into the mascara.
What are you talking about, pumping the wand? We're not that kind of show.
We're talking about mascara still. I'm sorry. Where were you? Where were you, mister? Don't pump that wand, okay? You want to make sure that no bacteria, no air, as little anyway as possible, get in because this is going on your eyes, ladies. No flaking needed, no eye infections. We just don't want it. And I think everybody should just try these bold hues
What bold hues?
for mascara.
Oh.
For spring.
What are the hues?
I already told everybody. Blue, purple, green, fuchsia, even red and
I was
orange.
just checking it out. I wanted to make sure you were telling the truth.
I always tell the truth.
Is that right?
That is.
Okay, so tell me, have you ever made it a quickie?
Made what a quickie?
A quickie.
I've had plenty of quickies in my life. What kind of quickie are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about the long, lengthy treadmill slogs. There's a new study in the American College of Sports Medicine
A
and Health.
treadmill quickie?
A treadmill quickie, yes.
That's the quickie you're talking about?
Yeah. Why, what did you think I was talking about?
I really don't know.
Well, as I was saying, there's a new study in the American College of Sports Medicine, Health and Fitness Journal that finds that 3 circuits of a 7-minute high-intensity workout can provide the same or better fat-burning and cardiovascular benefits as a 45-minute stent.
Well, that's a quickie I'd like.
Get into the loop with us. We are Trend Radio, your gateway to what's happening in beauty, fashion, music, health, and wellness. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise. Tune into Trend Radio every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You'll be glad you did.
And now, Stephen and Kevin, the purveyors of wealth management. And you can talk to them in person at Insight Financial Services, LLC.com.
Well, hi, Stephen and Kevin.
Well, hey there, Elise.
Hi.
Anthony.
How you doing?
What are we going to be learning today?
Well, the last time we were together, we were talking about women in investing, and we really believe this is a very, very important focus of our business, and women really do need the help, and they need the help from someone that they can rely on and trust. So we'd like to continue that conversation a little bit. Steve, right now we had that that lady that we were talking about, that one particular investment product. And we find some women say, I don't know anything and I trust you, and they leave it at that. Do what you think is best for me. But others, we find that they really do want to learn, right? So we had the
Well, yeah. I mean, it's we're here to teach. We're here to advise. We're not here to sell. And before we go into that, Kevin's raising a great point, because we do try to help our women clients not be as intimidated with this whole process. But probably just for the sake of reviewing, for those of you maybe who didn't get a chance to listen to the last show, there were a lot of different issues, specifically the challenge women and the things that we talked about the last time. So you may want to go back and listen to the show. I know you can get it on the computer, but women spend less time in the workplace. We talked about that. We talked about the divorce rate and the effect that has. The fact that widowing is important, little interest or intimidation when it comes to making investment decisions. We talked about women living longer lives, because you guys do a nice job of killing us guys off, but we love you anyway. And also how women have a tendency to be a little bit more conservative, and I think one of the things that we may expand on in this segment is how, while that could be a good thing, it can also be something that hurts you. So I didn't mean to jump in on you, Kev, but
well,
sure.
one of the things that let me put it this way: if there's a woman out there, if you're out there listening to us right now, and you're thinking maybe Steve he's talking about me, or maybe this really is something that I need to address now. The time is now. Certainly, feel free to give us a call. We're Insight Financial. We're located on Main Street in Pennington. Again, that's Main Street, not Wall Street. Our phone number is 609-730-4940. And call us and arrange to have a conversation, because that's where it starts. It's a relationship. It's not a one and done product sale and move on. We look at it as a relationship. And we want to know all about you and how we can best serve your needs and meet your needs. So that's very important to us.
And we look at developing those relationships for the long term. You can imagine that we do handle situations where there's been a divorce. Well, we're not intending to go into any of our relationships with our clients with an eye toward divorce. We're looking for long-term relationships, and the only way that we're going to be able to ensure that we are going to continue with our practice management in terms of looking for long-term relationships is to take our time with you, have a conversation, get to know you. But believe me, the investments, when it comes right down to it, for Kevin and I, the investment part of it is really the easiest, because we know investments by their nature are going to go up and down. But having the right mix of investments for you based on your tolerance for risk, and what your expectations are for some kind of return, that's important. And we don't necessarily learn that in the first meeting. So it's really we really focus on trying to get to know you as best as we can.
Yeah, and another aspect of it. So we're financial advisors, and what that means is the investments are not the only component. There are a lot of other aspects that we want to make sure that we address with you, including maybe you haven't updated a will, or maybe don't have a will. Maybe there is another component, you don't have life insurance, and you have some things that you really need to insure for your loved ones. Also, retirement planning. There are products out there that we utilize that would not only be a good investment for you, but also provide you with a lifetime of income, besides perhaps Social Security or other investments. So these are all things that we look at, but again, it really depends on you and what we identify your needs are in our conversation with you. It's all about it.
And don't be intimidated. If you happen to come on a financial advisor that was recommended to you, and you don't feel a chemistry, it's unlikely that you're going to feel that chemistry as your relationship goes on. If you feel intimidated, a financial advisor may not be trying to intimidate you. Everybody's personality is different, and the matching of the personalities is extremely important. There have been times when people have come in to us, men and women, and we know we can help them, but you kind of know that the relationship is not going to be a long-standing relationship. There may be differences in personalities that eventually are going to cause a relationship to not meet expectations, either on the client's end or on our end. But you shouldn't be intimidated. Financial advisors are there to help you. They're not there to intimidate you. And financial planning, as Kevin and I practice it, is there to help you as well. Your plans are going to change as time goes on. Life has a way of getting in the way of life, as we say. And births and deaths and job changes and divorce and having to care for a loved one. Maybe mom or dad is going to need a placement in a facility. We have the connections, the relationships that can provide you with all of this stuff. Where it's outside of our area of expertise, we are happy to bring in proven professionals that we've had relationships for 10 years or more who know about what your issues are going to be. So don't let it intimidate you. There's a lot to know, there's a lot to learn, and that's what we do. And just give us a call. As Kevin said, we're in Pennington. It's Main Street. We're on Main Street. We don't take a Wall Street approach. And, we can just a phone call at 609-730-4940 is going to have us, you're going to have us at your service immediately.
Call us and let's make a date, because as Steve said, it is a relationship, and it is entering into a relationship that how we start and what it's all about to us. So
everyone is different. When you come in to talk to us, and it should be for any financial advisor for that matter, you're guaranteed 150% privacy. It's like talking to an attorney. It's like if you're Catholic going into a confessional and confessing sins to the priest.
Oh boy.
It's we hear a lot of that stuff too, believe it or not. Sort of like Anthony and Elise do in their hair salon. They probably get as much information, personal information, about clients, some stuff that maybe they don't want to hear. But anything that concerns you, quite frankly, is germane to the
we get
conversation.
a lot of interesting information at times that we never really would have expected. So that's
right.
You never know.
And sometimes while you may not think that it's that important, it's actually going to play into the situation, because stories are good, and stories tell something about people. And there are a lot of people out there who don't really know what their tolerance for risk is. It's our job to help you figure that out by not having it cost you the price of a college education. The stove is hot, but you don't know how hot it is until you touch it, and we're going to be there to try to keep you from touching it to any great degree. So remember, give us a call, 609-730-4940. We'd love to help you.
The opinions voiced on this program are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got static? Does your hair fly away? Prioritize and winterize. Spritz your hairbrush, comb through, and now you're ionized. Say hello to beautiful.
Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
All right, we are here today at Harold's famous New York deli.
And I'm so excited, I for one, because I cannot wait to have the pastrami and my celery soda. But that being said, we're going to talk to Harold.
So we're here with Harold. Harold, thank you so much for seeing us today.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're so excited.
My pleasure. I am too.
Can you give us a little history about yourself and how you got into the food business and how and where you got started?
Well, I started off in 1966. I had my first little restaurant. It was a sub shop called Sandwiches Unlimited. One thing led to another, and I wound up with 19 of them.
19?
19 Sandwiches
Wow.
Unlimited. It was like an upgraded Blimpie type thing.
Okay.
And what I would do would take a restaurant that went out of business, build it up, and sell it to my managers,
Oh.
one at a time.
How nice is that?
And I did it 19 times. For instance, if somebody walked into my restaurant, asked me for a job, they didn't realize it, but sooner or later they would wind up owning the place.
They didn't know it, but you did.
They didn't know it, but I did, assuming they had a good attitude and worked out.
And the gumption to do it.
And so anyway, one thing led to another, and I did it 19 times. Altogether, I had 40 restaurants altogether. My last endeavor is here, which it's been for the last 16 years. Before that, I was in Parsippany. I had a Harold's New York Deli. I was in Lyndhurst. I had a Harold's New York Deli. I was in Princeton, and I had a Harold's New York Deli.
I remember the one in Princeton. You remember that one?
I do remember.
I was also the general manager and a partner in the commissary of the Carnegie Deli in New York. Here I am. I've been doing it 50 years.
And you're doing it well.
Thank you.
Great.
Very well.
In this particular restaurant, we serve 14,000 people a week. Just between pastrami and corned beef, I buy 8 tons a week.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Well, this week
Wow.
is 14,002 because we're going to eat some pastrami.
16,000 pounds total.
Oh my God.
8,000 pounds of corned beef. It's about halfy. 8,000 pounds of well, it's actually brisket. Then we cure it and make it becomes corned beef, and another 8,000 pounds of pastrami.
And do you cure your own pastrami also?
Yes, we do.
And how long does that process take?
Approximately 3 days.
Wow. It's so good. Wow.
So are you ahead of the curve there with all of that per week? Do you have a couple of weeks in advance, or are you just keeping up?
Well, we have a very, very busy restaurant, and I have a large kitchen. The whole restaurant is 12,000 square feet. The kitchen is 6,000 square feet. In that 6,000 feet in the kitchen, we have 10 walk-in boxes. So we have ample refrigeration. The good part about Harold's is we pay our bills, so we have no problem. We have no problem in getting merchandise. We get merchandise 7 days a week, and we cure it, pickle it, smoke it, and serve it.
And you serve it well too. I mean,
Thank
the
you.
first time I was ever here, I thought I was in Bedrock because everything is so big.
We have on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays are our busiest days of the week. We do 60% of our business on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow.
We have 12 waitresses on any given day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. During the week, it's a little slower. It's anywhere between 6 and 8 waitresses. Altogether, we have 43 people working in Harold's, and they all have been here at minimum 10 years. So the employees give me a lot of respect, and I give them a lot of respect back. And therefore, I really don't have that much turnover in help.
That says a whole lot
It
about
really says
you
a lot
as an
about you.
individual.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, you have to do the right thing, and one thing takes care of the other.
Yeah. Was that your idea to do those mile-high sandwiches?
Yes. Well, the main thing about the large portions, the large sandwiches, and the large cake. Well, one of our layer cakes is it weighs 40 pounds.
I was going to ask about that.
And it feeds. We get only 6 slices out of a cake. So one slice of cake will feed about 10 people. People talk about it, so it's free advertisement. I've been in this business almost 50 years, and I haven't spent 10 cents on newspaper advertisement. It's all word of mouth. I have the theory that I'm only as good as my last sandwich.
Well, your last sandwich is fabulous, so you're fabulous.
I'm 70 years old, and I still work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That's the passion.
Yeah, that's the passion.
It is a passion, yes.
Yes, it is.
I don't consider work at all. I just consider it's a love, and I come in, do what I got to do.
You know, when you love what you're doing,
It's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah, that's what we say. We say this all the time.
Yeah, it's really a blessing.
Well, you two look like you love what you're doing,
We
too.
love what we're doing, and we're working all the time.
That's great.
You know, to a fault, people say, but we love what we're doing. So
Well, to me, it's never a fault. You know, you're making a living. You're making a living, enjoying
Happily.
it at the same time.
happily.
Yes.
Exactly. Wow. Well, you are certainly an inspiration. I'll tell you that. People
Yeah.
are always talking about you, and I'm going to Harold's, and as soon as your name is said, and I know for one, I'm smiling now saying your name. That's how people are when they say it.
Yeah, and you know, when you were opened up the Princeton store, one of my best friends said to me, and right when he came back, Anthony, you got to go to this place. He says. And he explained to me that, you know, you go to the pickle bar, you go, and then you get the sandwich, and you only need one sandwich for
Like five people, yeah.
Well, that particular restaurant I opened up right after I left the Carnegie Deli. I was in the Carnegie Deli approximately 1980 to 1990. I left the Carnegie in 1990 and opened up the Princeton store like 6 weeks later. It was a $250,000 investment to renovate the diner. It was called the Colonial Diner. We were in business 14 weeks, and a buyer came around, and I sold it for $4 million.
Wow. Love this story.
That is a great story.
It is a great
It's an
story.
absolutely great story.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Wow.
You were saying about all the pastrami and the corned beef per week. Are those your two best-selling sandwiches?
Those are my two best sellers. The other good seller is turkey. We sell
The turkey's awesome.
We sell about 3,000 pounds of turkey a week. We sell probably 3,000 pounds of roast beef a week. We sell tongue, we sell salami, we sell hot dogs, we sell a lot of hamburgers. We have a 12-ounce hamburger. We sell a lot of roasted chicken. I very rarely add or delete from my menu, but about 2 years ago I put in short ribs, which have a 9-inch bone, and they're delicious. A little fatty, but very good. And we sell a lot of that also.
The fat is what makes it taste good, though, isn't it?
Exactly. If you even steak, if you have a steak that's very, very lean, it's going to taste like rubber. So it has to be a lot of marbleization inside it in order to taste good.
I love the matzo ball soup. The matzo balls are like the size of my head.
Well,
I love
the matzo balls start off as a baseball when we roll it, and they wind up like a softball.
Yeah, they're huge. It's so
And the beauty
delicious.
part is they're so soft inside, yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know. It's so good. My mouth is watering. It's terrible. That's the thing. You come here and you want to eat, and then you have all of this food, and you're eating a little bit, because how much can you really eat?
Well, most of our customers that come in here come. I would say very little people. The amount of people come, there are only two. It's usually 6 to 10 people, and they get one large sandwich, and share it.
Right, and matzo ball soup.
Yes, and they
maybe
have
a potato pancake.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they all share.
Linses are very good.
Oh, I know, they're delicious.
Everything we serve at the restaurant we make here.
There's nothing that comes.
Only the pickles, because that takes so much space to cure, and the bread we buy. We get 3 deliveries of bread a day.
Does the bread come from New York?
The bread comes from Pector's in Elizabeth.
Okay.
They serve all of New York.
They do.
Yes.
Wow.
I know there's always something that I hear about the bread in New York is different than the bread?
Well, believe it or not,
The water.
But that's I don't know. I don't know how true that is. Years ago, when I was in a Carnegie Deli, we had what they called the pastrami wars. So there was a stage deli up the street that said that their pastrami is better because it's made with New York water, and we made our pastrami in New Jersey and brought it over to New York. The bottom line is the Carnegie Deli's still in business, and the stage went out of business.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the stage went out of business about a year ago.
Well, and any insight on why that happened?
Well,
Management?
if it was me, it would come back. It's the boss's. It's the boss's fault. Whatever happens. The way you have to have one boss at a restaurant. You can't have all chiefs and no Indians.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that was managed, and they didn't. I understand they had a hard time paying their bills, and the rent went up, so they say. The Stage Deli closed about a year ago. They were a good restaurant. They were around for years and years and years, but I think because of management, the way it was being run, and the rents zooming for a small space, I heard they were paying like over $1 million a year, and it's very hard to give proper run the restaurant properly with rents like that.
Now, this building here, do you own this building?
No, I don't own this building. I'm a tenant in this hotel.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's all connected.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. I've been here 16 years as a tenant.
Now, how did you choose this particular location?
Well, I came here to take a look at it, and it's very important for me to have parking. So that was one of the main reasons. There's the parking lot has parking for 500 cars.
Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of parking.
Then on top of that, we were near. We're within a half a mile of three major roads: 287, the Garden State Parkway, and the New Jersey Turnpike. The restaurant itself, the hotel itself, where the restaurant is, it's very hard to find. We're not in that great of a location. But once you do find where it is, then it's easy to get to.
Very, very easy to get to.
But you have to know it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You do have to know, but
Yeah.
once you do, you can always get back.
And the parking's great. There's no problem with parking. And I took all that into consideration. And what's a big draw for us is we're in Raritan Center, which has about 25,000 people a day that work in Raritan Center, and another 25,000 that come to work in Raritan Center to do business with the people in Raritan Center.
Do you get a big lunch crowd from Raritan Center?
Yeah, yes, we do. We fill up twice. We have 300 seats in here.
Do you deliver?
Only for real large orders. We don't make a practice of delivery.
Okay, so what would you consider a large order?
About $500.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yes.
So if there was a big business meeting or something
Not
like that.
a problem.
Okay. Are there any stories over the last 16 years that you'd like to share with us? Our listeners love stories.
Well, a lot of celebrities come in here.
Tell us about your celebrities.
Okay.
We see the pictures on the walls, too.
Well, a lot of celebrities come in. Larry Holmes was in here. Jerry Cooney was just in here last week. They down in the convention center in Raritan Center, they have shows every weekend, and one of the shows they have each year is card signing. So they have all these sports celebrities going to this convention center to sign cards. I think they get like like $200 a signature for these cards.
Wow.
One weekend they were having this show, and who walks in here with a whole entourage but O.J. Simpson?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
So
How long ago was this?
This was probably about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Wow.
So he walks in, and the place is really, really busy. It was on a Saturday. On a Saturday, we serve about 3,000 people throughout the day. So one of the customers yell out, "Murderer!"
Oh.
Okay.
my
He just
Wow.
kept on walking.
Yeah.
On the way out, when he was finished eating with his entourage, it was about 10 people total. When they were walking out, somebody yelled to me in the restaurant. Didn't even know who it was. Said, "Harold, you ought to put a red ribbon around that chair that O.J. Simpson sat at." And then somebody else says, "You shouldn't do that. You should burn it."
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Wow.
So he just walked out of here, and that was the end of it.
Did he eat?
He ate, yes.
He did eat.
I
You
don't know.
can't come here and not eat. I don't care who you are. You have to eat when you're here. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I love your walls.
Yeah.
They're just adorned with people and signatures and lovely famous people. I guess you know what, everybody? You just come here, enjoy your lunch or dinner, and you get to see the walls with all the famous people.
Well, we do have a lot of pictures here. We probably have about 400 pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot.
If you're joining us just now, we are talking with the famous Harold of Harold's New York Deli.
Yes, we
And
are.
he's sharing stories and background and the history of Harold's New York Deli.
And everything that he does that's so amazing, like the pastrami, which I can't wait to have.
Have you ever catered a wedding?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have pictures on the wall for a wedding. This couple comes in, and they wanted to have their wedding here. They actually got married right where we're sitting. And they had this whole room. It was about 120 people. They were from Staten Island. I do have their pictures hanging on the wall. They do come in occasionally. This was about 5 years ago, and she loved instead of having a big caterer fair and a big catering hall, they had it at Harold's because she loves the pastrami, corned beef, roast beef, turkey, brisket,
Right.
and all our cakes and cookies. What I did, I made everything in mini portions so they could share everything, the cakes and the cookies, and they had a great time.
We had my girlfriend's engagement party here.
We also have a lot of engagement parties. We always have a lot of baby namings. We always have a lot of. There was a bris here a couple times. The
How
rabbi
nice is
comes.
that?
Yeah, the rabbi comes and does the ceremony, and we've been around a long time. I'm in this location 16 years. I had 40 restaurants, so we're pretty well known.
Wonderful.
When I first started out in this business, I had my little sandwich shops, as we talked about before, called Sandwich Unlimited. And in the beginning, it didn't do that great. But what I had just gotten married and later on had a couple kids, and I had to make a living. So I didn't have any money for big advertisement. What I used to do is I established this catering service called Half Slicer Will Travel. I would take my slicer, I would take all my meats, and I would go into your house. Usually it'd be 9 o'clock at night, set up on your dining room table, and bring your deli right into your house.
That is ingenious.
And then I would make the sandwich. You come up, and just like you would at a deli counter, you come up. I would like to have a little of this and a little of that and a little of this, and I would make it. And I did that service 1,500 times.
Wow.
So I made myself
amazing.
known, and that's how I would build up my restaurants because more than not, whatever town that I opened up a restaurant, people knew me. And of course, as everybody knows, your best type of advertisement is word of mouth.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
So
We
like
agree with
it is.
that.
So like I said before, I'm only as good as my last sandwich. I'm here all the time, and we try to do the best we can to make everybody have a smile when they leave.
Well, everybody
Smile and a full
does.
belly.
Yeah, everybody has a smile. I just smile when I say your name. And that's the truth. You know that.
Now, with these beautiful sandwiches that you make, we know that there's about 10 people that can eat from these sandwiches.
Yes.
Do you have large clientele? That's a great picture.
It is a great picture.
That looks like it's about 3 feet high, something like that, maybe 2 feet high.
I'm telling you, it's like Fred Flintstone bedrock.
Adam Richam was here from Man vs. Food, and he tried to eat this. I won.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, my.
That was what I was going to ask.
Yes.
Has anyone ever finished an entire sandwich by themselves?
No, a sandwich like this will feed 10 people.
It will.
Yeah, so one person would die.
So typically, how much would that sandwich
It's
weigh?
it probably weighs about probably about 7-8 pounds, and it costs approximately, depending the meats, approximately $68. And it will feed 10 people, and people go to my pickle bar and have our health salad, which is legendary.
I love it.
And the pickles, and then I have these senior citizens that come and they take little plastic bags and take the pickles and put it in their pocketbook.
I know, I've seen that. The pickles in the pocketbook.
Yeah.
That just cracks me up. If my grandmother were alive, she would do the same thing.
It really doesn't bother me, but I make a big deal out of it. You can't do it. You can't do it. This is the last time. But they
But they do it.
as long as I've been around.
Exactly. They're going to keep doing it too.
Exactly.
When did you realize, because I know you've been in business for such a long time, that food was your passion? Has it always been?
I wouldn't say food, but I would say entertaining and making people happy. And along with that, of course, you have to have the good food. I mean, everybody says to me, Harold, not only is your food big and huge, but it's good.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
So and as I said before, we hardly we never really add or delete to our menu, and all my help that works in the kitchen, the cooks and the chefs and everybody else, they've been doing it the same thing for such a long time that it just comes second nature.
Yeah.
So the best part about a restaurant that makes it well known and good is that you come back a year later and the pastrami sandwich or the corned beef sandwich or the cheesecake is the same as you remembered a year ago.
Consistency is
It's called
key.
consistency.
Yeah.
And it's very, very important not to change the taste. In Jewish, the word is called tam. Don't change the tam. It has great tam. So that's what we strive for, consistency. As people come back here that's been here 2 years before, 5 years before, and say that pastrami still tastes the same, the best in the world.
It really is the best in the world. And I know that when we go to other places to eat and pastrami's on the menu, we just don't order it.
Well,
we don't order the pastrami.
Well, people tell me that all the time and say, well, we spoil you, and we try to spoil you, and there's been a lot of people that try to duplicate Harold's, and in the beginning, as a restaurant opens up, and New York deli, this and that, and people go in there, and from what I hear that people tell me, and it happens a lot, that they walk out shaking their head. They go like, "It's not Harold's."
Yeah, it's a disappointment.
Exactly.
Anything
else
would
is a
be
disappointment.
Yes, yeah.
So that's what we strive for.
Is it your recipe, the curing, that you've learned over the years?
Yes. When I first went into the Carnegie Deli, that's my first experience of curing and smoking, and what we used to do is take 2 pounds of salt and 2 pounds of garlic and a pound of this and a pound of that and put it into this big barrel, 55-gallon barrel, and that would be the solution that we would make to pump into the pastrami and the corned beef. I did come up with an idea that I had it made in 50-pound sacks, all made already, so it's always the same consistency. So now you take this 50-pound sack and take a 55-gallon barrel and just pour it in with the water, and it's the exact same consistency every time.
Are any of your recipes from your mother, your grandmother, aunts?
The potato pancakes is, and the blintzes are.
Yeah, I know.
And the stuffed cabbage.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
the stuffed
God, the
cabbage.
stuffed cabbage is insane here. By the way. It's so good. But so are the blintzes. Oh, stop! I know it's awful. My mouth waters when I sit here. It's awful. It's true.
Do any of your other family members work here?
My wife comes here every single day. She comes in.
At least you get to see her.
Yes, she comes in the morning and leaves about 3-4 hours later.
Any of your children?
No, my children are not in the business.
Have they ever been as teenagers?
Yes, they know the business. But they prefer to do what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everybody has to have their passion.
Exactly.
Exactly. Very nice.
And I guess not after 16 years, is there anyone that's working with you now that you may say, this person has what it takes to run this place, and I'll go open up another Harold's in Chicago or someplace like that, Florida?
Well, it's the thing is, it's not easy. Yes, I have managers that would do it, but nobody really wants to do it because it's so difficult. A restaurant business is a type of business you can make a lot of money. You can do very, very well financially. However, it's a type of business that you can lose a lot of money in a hurry. It's like it could be like throwing the money down in a big hole.
Yeah.
It's so many variables to open a restaurant, run a restaurant, maintain a restaurant. It depends on the town. It depends on the parking. It depends on the health department. It depends on the mayor. It depends on the people. It depends on so many things. It depends on the weather.
Weather is key.
Yes, they say 1 out of every 8 restaurants that open up close up within 6 months.
Because of weather, or because of all these variables?
No, because of all the variables.
So you know what's interesting, though? This place has been going so well for the past 16 years. It's so consistent because of the way you've been doing things that somebody who's here that you do trust could continue along with the Harold's name, doing everything exactly the way you did it, if they were to do that. If they made it, if they continued along with your consistency, they could be considered very successful.
Well, I've had people that worked for me over the years that went out and opened up their own deli, and for whatever reasons, they're not in the deli anymore. So you take from that what
you got it. We got it.
Now, you said you were working 10 hours a day, 7 days.
Even more. Yes, I put a 16-hour day in Sunday.
You did.
It was a huge day, a huge weekend actually. Well, what I said about the weather is a variable. What was it? All the snowy weather we had. We closed one day because of the snow, and you just lost the whole day. Now, unless you're prepared for a circumstance like that, don't forget your bills still go on. Your gas, your electric, your people that work on salary and not by the hour, your insurances, you still have to pay. It's very, very difficult if you're not bringing any money in to pay these bills. So you always have to have a backup. That's one of the reasons that a lot of people don't stay in the restaurant business that long as proprietors. It's very difficult. Mm-hmm. It's not easy. I'm the luckiest guy in the world because everything seemed to be going my way over the years. Although I get up early in the morning and I go to bed late at night, and I put in my hours, I put in my dues, and thank God, knock on wood, that everything's working out.
Terrific. And you said you're 50 years old?
No, add 20 to that.
So
I feel like I'm 35, to be honest
And
with
that's
you. I
wonderful.
really do.
You are very lucky and blessed, but you've also put your time in.
Yes,
Big
I paid
time.
my dues. I paid my dues.
Yeah, and your ideas are incredible.
Thank you. Well, if I had to pick out my best attribute, is probably merchandising, because like the cake case, when you walk into the
Oh my
into
God,
the restaurant,
fabulous.
we have 14,000 people a week that walk into the restaurant, and every single one of those 14,000 stop and look at the cake.
You can't not.
Every single one.
You can't not stop
So, and again, to repeat myself, in all these years in business, I never spent 10 cents on advertisement. It's all word of mouth. People eat with their eyes.
yes,
You
we
know,
do.
and as long as you keep the place clean and keep good service and keep good food, they're going to keep on coming.
Yes, that is the truth. That is the truth.
I agree.
Yeah, we're thrilled and excited to come here. You know, when I bring my family here, we make it an outing. And,
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, and I'll call my father is close to 90 years old, and I'll call him. I'll say, Dad, hey, want to come to Harold's? Yeah, I definitely want to go. And he comes and he eats like his leg is hollow. I'm just.
No, my husband and I have been coming here for years, and my kids grew up on it, and we love it. We are so excited today. I didn't eat one thing yet today because I'm so excited about being here.
A story just crosses my mind. Right where we're sitting, I walk into the restaurant 7 a.m. One morning about 6 years ago, and who's sitting right at this table that we're sitting at is, I don't know if you know the radio show on The Fan on 660 a.m., but Boomer and Carton.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And they actually made their deal right here. They met for the first time right at this table that we're sitting at. I haven't seen Boomer Boomer Esiason in the restaurant since then, but Craig Carton comes in with his family at least once every 3 weeks. And they mention me on the show every once in a while. And about 2 weeks ago, Craig Carton was here with a bunch of people and said to me, would you, Boomer and Carton just opened up a concession stand at the Barclays Center. And they asked me, he asked me, Craig Carton, if I would be interested in going into the Barclays Center. And I said, sure, I would love to go into the Barclays Center. So to make a long story short, this coming Friday, I have an appointment with the CEO of the Barclays Center to put a Harold's in there.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We'll see what happens. You never know.
Well, that's wonderful.
But at least it's a foot forward. Yes.
And it's wonderful news for everybody near there because
they will
be
what
happy.
they've been missing. Yes.
Yeah. Well, good for you, Harold. All good things.
Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful.
It has been wonderful speaking with you today.
It's my pleasure. You two are great.
Oh,
really are.
thank you.
I
Thank
enjoy
you
talking to you.
so much.
That's great, and we appreciate that. And as I said, we were so thrilled when we were in last month, and we had asked if you'd be interested in being interviewed, and you said yes. And I was like, I could not believe my ears.
I've been talking about it all month also. So excited.
Thank you very much. Stay right
Thank
here.
you
We're
so
going to
much.
bring you over some menus for some lunch. Can I keep this magazine?
Yes, you
Of
absolutely
course, you
can.
keep the magazine. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
again.
much, Harold.
Thank you.
Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just been talking to Harold from the famous Harold's New York Deli.
And listen, I am so excited because we're getting our menus. So we're going to order lunch.
We're going to be having lunch, and you're going to be hearing a lot of chomping, yumming.
No, you're not. We're going to turn you guys off.
We're turning them off. They're not going to.
We would turn them off if they heard you eating. If they heard you eating,
All right,
we would
so,
turn them off.
We don't want to turn them off. We're going to turn our mics off.
We're going to turn the mics off, and we're going to eat. Yes. Thank you again.
And we will see you next week. We are Trend Radio. I am Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
Talk to you then.
Bye for now.